Why pre now? Cause one idea, you know good. Welcome to the element, isn't it? We're there in our element. I'm going to show you what go on. Yo, Kagale, what go on the element, cuz?
Well, first of all, blessed love, though. To be honest, I feel like the expected theme of my element would be the whole politics that are going now.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'm completely ignorant from a conscious stance. You know, most of my understanding of what's happening is based on social media or just you guys having conversations around me. So, but that's a good thing if I'm allowed to explain. My stance is more like Jack Ruby's stance towards politics. You know, more for the people, more for social awareness. You know, which is completely different from political awareness, because for the longest while, politics hasn't been for the people. You know, that's not today. That's a seed that was planted years ago, and that tree has managed to grow and bloom and blossom and come to fruition to this day. So I'm not saying Andrew is responsible, and I'm not saying Peter is responsible, but it's just a tree that they continue to water. See that?
But Ramon,
Yeah.
I know say you is a politics man still, you know. What about in a year element?
Well, I voted for the first time, and my
That's so
candidate
cool.
won. I'm super excited about that. Miss Rhoda Crawford, she took the seat from Peter Bunting in an upset. Nobody expected Bunting to lose a seat that he held on to. Well, Oshea maybe expected it. But nobody expected Bunting
We never expected
to lose a
We
seat
didn't expect it.
that he held on to for 13 years. Nobody expected the results of the general election, really. The JLP eviscerated the People's
Big
National
word.
Party. There was a graphic going around on Twitter, and I'll have them inserted here. But there are specific areas in Jamaica that belong, for lack of a better word, to the People's National Party. Those areas yesterday, or whenever the election was, turned green. The island of Jamaica is quite literally green.
And the thing is, sorry for cut you, but me see pa Kemar status say Jamaica, the map of Jamaica look like Callaloo with like a carrot in there.
Yes. It looks like a very unbalanced, untasty salad. A salad will not taste good.
Don't it? But the people, it might taste good to the people, this new normal.
I think that the people of Jamaica wanted a change. And, you know, politics isn't for everybody, like our friend was saying. But for the rest of us that have no idea what else to do to, you know, have change, we vote and we advocate and we lobby. So that's what we did at the polls, and we handed the reins of the country to the Jamaica Labour Party. It's for Andrew now to do what he ought, to not be complacent and start doing some real good. Not for himself and his friends, but for all of us.
And I feel like a major part of, because for the first time, 14 women are now in parliament.
Oh, that's
from
huge.
one party. Let me say, because the PNP still has some seats held by women. However, 14 women, I think now is the time for us to take a step in the direction of respecting women, respecting women's rights. Now is the time for us to invest more of our energies into that. I don't think we're taking the issue of sexual harassment, sexual assault, sexual abuse, and not just of women, but the issue in general. I don't think we're taking that seriously enough. And know that we have more persons from a particular community, from the female community, having access to the state resources, having access to just having the power, more power now to have their voices be heard. I feel like it's good representation for us as women to know weather the storm of sexual harassment, sexual abuse. And I believe people will take it more seriously now, because here are women leading you. Here are you elected these women. So it's time for us to now respect our women.
I agree.
But Oshea, what on?
Well, female element are gimmicks. You
As
see me?
always.
Man,
Cause first me I see this, you see me? Like, here I go on. Me is a youth, I've been a little protege. And protege have a tune named Sudden Flight. And I know me sing it on the pilot episode. Zane, I may say, Lordy, Lordy, now join no party. Look what the politician them do to Claudy. Look what the politician them do to Jim. Him son resurrect it and look what them did to him. Oh, yeah, bad man and go vote. Yeah, idiot, cause that no make no sense you. Two most wanted man. Police hold one of them St. one St. Mary. No, St. Mary and St. Andrew. Zane, Kai Bandu, a man will get caught in a St. Mary, him have crime, a St. Anne. You catch it pre, bro. Brother, me can tell you what me think go on this, you know. I MP goodly tell him, say, yeah man, go vote, man, we go get immunity. Yeah man, a immunity get, man. Hold on the look. See, cockroach with the immunity pan him back.
I mean, for all the badness, at least they have some respect for democracy, so I applaud them for that.
At least there are many of us who are, you'd say we're better off than them. We never exercise that their right. So
like my father.
No, yeah. But really and truly still, when we look upon him, you like, bad man no mix up in the politics, you see me? And upon two hand, I am going to commend the Jamaica Constabulary Force. You see me? Because them do them job, feel like up a bad man, you see me? Because yo, them are going like the police, them nothing do them job, you know. You see me? The police are doing job, man. Because right now in Jamaica, you know, you see the right, them are teach it as the wrong, and the wrong as the right. You see me? Police are do them job, man. You know what shatters? You ever feel boy say? You ever see police like criminal rude boy? Them thing they not You see me? So if you's a rude boy, you know the police go always at you. You see me? So me big up JC for that. One. Two, brother, the man them want do badness, man, and stop make the politician them chicken the dog. You see me? Them not really rate on the dog. You get me? And from a longer time, from Claudia Massop time, Bucky Marshall them, you see me?
But we soon find out what really go on.
We chat still, man. We go talk, man. We go talk, yeah?
So, Kagale, tell me, what really go on?
Well, as I said before, reggae as an avenue, as a channel for people, you know, upliftment, its spiritual divinity and revolutionary powers proves to be more authentic than politics. And I'm not saying that to ridicule politics. It is what it is. Politics is just a formal name, if you mean. You know, but in reality, in actuality. And here's the thing. Make for a second to visualize politics as hot water then. For some people, just like how the hot water hardens the potato, hardens the egg, sorry, right? But softens the potato. That's what politics is. So for some people, it is beneficial, don't get me wrong. And for some people, it helps them in life, financially, family-wise, business-wise, academically, you name it. But for some people, it's the complete opposite, even costing their life. So then, it's hard to pick and choose between that. But as far as reggae goes, and reggae for me is not necessarily a genre, it's a movement. So when I say reggae, I refer to tune like Bounty Killer, look into my eyes. You know, that type of social commentary, that type of insight into a ghetto youth's life. Yeah. You know, I show you, say, look into my eyes.
Him do a thing.
You know?
Him do a thing, you know. You see me? This, since the election, him do a tune with him, Jeffrey, Siobhan, and Lauren. You see me? Yeah. Brother, rough tune! Brother, a man say, yo, uno can't keep no visa because uno can't collect this a bounty. That the man say, bro. Me say, what? And the man even pull for a point when he talk about the, like same thing what gang did do. Yeah. When a slave mill when gang talk about say, you get a low pay game. Boast and brag.
Even though it's just a low paying gig, some of us will boast and brag.
Yeah, you see me, like him even talk about that in a film tune when I talk about say, yo, no because we still in a slavery, no because we get a little salary.
Yeah.
And that thing man I tell me, bro, I say, yo, you know say them man I push a thing, brother, and really and truly me say a thing Kagale. And I no lie. Dancehall music, reggae music is more than just music.
Yeah, man.
We did make it, brother. May I tell you this? What do you mean? I do a little research on Jamaican music, bro. You see, every music what we do is a level of fighting oppression.
Yeah.
Good on Manuel Road, Galang boy. Brother, from them the days there, we been a fight the slave boy.
But the thing it's rooted in not just our Jamaican history, but our African history. Yeah. Because they use their music as a means of not just communication, but also an outlet. Definitely. They say, well then, me not alright with this.
Cool, man.
Let me tell you, music for one, it inspires community. Definitely. Not everybody knows pretty words, not everybody can write, but everybody can write a rhythm. Everybody can communicate through music. Yes. Everybody can relate to a song, to music, to words, to beats.
I feel like that's why Kagale is saying that's really what he sees as his, I don't want to compare it to politics at all, but that's really what he uses as his guide, as opposed to this leader or that leader. The fact that the music, it has a message that can reach everyone, and it's a medium. Because if you're a Christian, you are Rastafarian, let me say, I am a Muslim, Oshea is Sikh, and we're all here. And we're all here, and a song comes on. I go rock to the beat.
Yeah.
Like,
one good thing about music, when it hits you feel no pain.
exactly, and it's the fact that coupled with the fluidity of the medium, here is a message on top of that.
Let me tell you why I relate to what he's saying so much. Music does what politics is supposed to do. Music brings folks together.
Jack Ruby.
Yeah.
Elders, you know?
Yeah, man. And just to segue from what Ramon said, just to prove it to be more true. Community, right?
Yes.
Come together in unity.
Yeah.
Politics can't do that. Because you yourself are representing
One side, one party.
right?
Yeah.
That began with two cousins that were supposed to be united. So it's
Bex one of them Bex and
yeah, Bex one man, Bex man. So free boy then go up on TV, man, and say your bread shall be sure. B-R-E-D. And the people say, Buster, you left off the A.
B-R-E-D.
B-R-E-D-A.
Bread.
We laugh, but this sad enough.
It is.
It's sad enough.
And the thing is, people tend to look at, a lot of people, let me say, they look at historical reasons for voting. So when they did a 5, they remember when Michael Manley couldn't give them family one water tank. When they did
it's called die-hearted. That's the term.
Yes.
Die-hearted.
The term is actually die-hard, you know, but we as Jamaicans are die-hearted.
So that means Miss didn't teach me wrong in a grade 9.
She did.
Miss McBean.
She did. It's like the term is actually die-hard.
Yeah.
And so we look at things from a historic perspective in order to find where to put our vote.
unfortunately.
But we're not looking at the historical negatives. Because what happened to the rest of them at Coral Gardens? Then said dead or alive, bring them in.
Yeah.
What happened to the people then when Michael Manley just bust their head because them not wear color orange?
Yeah.
What happened to like certain other things that felt like literally fell away?
Shambles out.
Let me tell you, we neglect context when we're voting.
Yes.
Even yesterday, the Gleaner interviewed a lady and she was asked why she voting. And her response was, well, I don't know, sir, but for my idea, my parents voted for Manley or whatever. So, like you said, they die hard and they don't have an understanding of what is happening right now and what needs to happen right now.
Exactly.
And when you're voting, you need to take those things into consideration.
I find myself do something the other day. I did over school, I got Tyson, me and I left. I see a girl come here. The party, the PNP party in the constituency, me there, have them jingle up and run, you see me, and music a thump. And I saw one girl from over school a run down the bus in a man, fi go get one shirt and one armband, you see me. And like me pull up and I say, Mama, why you pray? And I say, me there, you know. And I say, oh, you how much? And she tell me her age, you see me. And I say, oh, you go vote for him? And she say, yes. And I say, why? And she say, because my mother them everybody a vote for him and like me. I say, so hold on. You know, things say, bro, God, I do nothing good for you right now. You see me, like, you more see, then getting a bro, God, go up there, you know. And like she, I say, you see me, like she lost to the whole fuck. You see me, brother, right now, people now vote because they want to say. You get me? I say, brother, it's in my parish. You know what is what happened? Go and go look on the flag. Right now, a full green, no PNP no win, no seat in my parish. You know why, brother? Remember, you know, Kingston never told business about Mobi, you know. Remember, you know, they call Mobi a country and we are second city, you know. That don't make no sense. So what you know? The corporate side of Mobi, which would have be the whole, where they call Mobi a commerce. You see me? You haven't seen them saying, Chambers of Commerce, and that, you know. Oh, yeah. Cool? So, so them the man, if them the man, they never say, what you know? All right, we go try beautify Montego be a B. So me, you see me? Like, we would get no help, brother. So right now, when I'm looking at my community, brother, which is a ghetto community, bro, yo, we have water. Everybody have water. We have good road, brother. My road in my community better than the road that just over with the now. Pandemic road, you see me? Me I tell you that, bro. So like, when we look upon them thing there, bro, politics helps sometimes, as I say, because it's soft in the potato and it's hard in the egg. You get me? But in my constituency, bro, me can't tell us that politics not go on good for you see me? It help out sometimes.
But the thing, I feel like the essence really of Kagale's standpoint is that with politics, you really just a pick your poison.
Yeah.
So
Oh God.
PNP comes into power and they do X amount of good things. That no override the bad. JLP come in and them do X amount of good things. That no override the bad. So you going to exercise your right to vote. You really just a pick. Me go stay so make that man a shot me in my face, or me go this and make that man a chop off my head.
Right.
It's really a choice between those things.
True.
I feel. Yeah.
I know. So
But Ramon, I want to hear your stance on politics itself, like as a whole.
Let me tell you, I came on set today having the intention to talk about something else. But the conversation that we're having caused me to realize something. I voted for the first time 2 days ago. My candidate won, big up Rhoda. She took the seat from Bunting. He was MP here in central Manchester for 13 years, and the people were like, it's time for change, so we voted him out. So congrats to her. And congrats to the Jamaica Labour Party. They won 49 seats, and the PMP won 14 seats. Great, fantastic. You mentioned something about die-hard voters. Oshea said it, Kagale said it, you said it, I said it. But then I realized something, and I think I need to talk about it. We love to bash them as being ignorant of certain facts and certain realities. We love to make fun of them because, how are you voting for people your parents voted for Reggae? But I think the conversation really should be about why they think the way they do. And I think it's because of this. Politics, unlike music, is not very accessible. The language used is not easily understood. The metrics that make politics what it is. The average man will look at it and be like, what the hell is this?
Yo,
So
puppy
of
shirt color.
course-
Yo, puppy shirt
Please,
color.
please.
Yo.
So of course, if
COVID-19, we not touch him.
So of course, if I'm not understanding all these complicated facts that are laid out in front of me, I'm going to go with what is familiar. Now, I think the onus is on us. The four of us sitting here, the crew behind the cameras and behind the control console, I think the onus is on us as educated people to help. Because they say politics, like music, requires a community. And in a community, you have people who are knowledgeable of one thing, and you have other people who are knowledgeable of another thing. Let me tell you, I was on Twitter the night of the financial debates, and I tweeted, I know absolutely nothing about finance, nothing at all. The only thing we know about are stocks and bonds. So, but I'd like to learn. I have an interest in learning. And out of nowhere, somebody on Twitter reached out to me and was like, so there's a group of us here. This person have the masters in this person have the PhD in this person does a start economics. We can break things down for you and make it palatable, easy to digest, so that you can understand one,
Right, boy, no.
and that you can. Thank you. That you can understand
right,
one.
boy, you can't understand it.
A deeper understanding.
Yeah.
Oh!
You can break it down one, and two, I can make a responsible choice.
But the
Because
thing
it's
is-
hang on, Rueyella. Because music, music nice or whatever, but music doesn't govern the country. It may govern it from the sidelines, but it's not music flying off to the UN to have talks with Africa and and I'm gonna say Africa like Africa is a country. Forgive
One
me.
question, Ramon.
Eh,
Isn't it the responsibility
I was just gonna say
of
that.
them to feed this ignorance? And this ignorance has been prolific since when?
But here not
Until
again.
until when? So then, relatability is something that politics lacks, not in actuality, but in how they present it. Because where Andrew come from, Spanish Town,
Well, I know.
right? Is Andrew adamant at telling a youth that he's from Spanish Town, just like Coffee is, or Chronix is, or Governor is, to let you know that you are just as great as me, and I'm not somebody for you to subject to or feel inferior to, but instead equivalent, because the capacity that I had and the tenacity that you have is equivalent as human beings from Spanish Town.
Let me tell you.
They're not adamant at doing that, and it's their responsibility to set that ground of relatability with a ghetto youth.
You know what? I'm going to disagree with you. You know why I'm going to disagree with you?
Go ahead.
Because that wouldn't work in their favor. The Jamaican government has historically, and it breaks my heart to say this, historically led from a place of ignorance. Their wins more times than none are dependent on those die-hard people.
Yes.
So if my seat, if the security of my seat is dependent
I feel
on...
like that's highlighting the issue that Kagale mentioned
hang on,
earlier.
I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting there.
Yes.
So if my seat security is dependent on somebody's ignorance, I'm not going to feel a responsibility to go there and say, this is that, this is that, this is this. And I'm pretty sure those people, the diehard people, are pretty comfortable in their ignorance. Them don't know so them ignorant. Because they've been told all their life, say, Manly started this party, Manly had these policies, and I'm here today because of Manly, so I'm going to vote for Manly. That's why I say there's a responsibility on us who understand and know better to be our brother's keeper, to be the real community, to be that support, to help them learn. You understand? We can't rely on politicians. We can't blame them for everything because politicians like us, they're flawed and they're selfish and they love to exploit. That's their nature. And we have to admit that. But us now, the young people, especially the young people, we understand that some things just cannot continue to happen in our country if we want to see change, if we want to grow. We are a developing country. But if we're not careful, we'll stop and become stagnant.
Yes.
So we have to pull up with socks and talk to, I don't know, some people. You're from Flankers, Oshea. Talk to some people from the community and get them to understand certain things.
Brother, no, I don't have from a place where the people them understand, brother.
Even better.
Them understand because one time, you see me, it was based on the PMP. You see me? PMP, we have vote in my constituency. And we talk about Northwest. You see me? Dr. Chang seat. Bro, Dr. Chang not have to do nothing in my place to get him vote. And me call mommy and I say, Mommy, what go on? And she'll tell me, say, the what you call the caretaker did all in the yard and sitting there. I say, so mommy, where Dr. Chang, they come and chat to him, you know.
He's nowhere.
And mommy, I say, me not see Dr. Chang. So I say, ask for him, no. Mommy say, Dr. Chang there, Westmoreland. You see me? Like, brother, you have fear responsibility in a St. James and you gonna help a man in a Westmoreland. That for sure, say, brother, a man sure saying seat secure, brother.
But the thing is, that can work in their detriment too because, all right, if had Horace Chang taken the seat and the people fed up and tired of him.
He do, they not go fed up and tired.
Exactly, but the reverse is true for Peter Bunting because I think it was yesterday actually, Rhoda made a comment that they went into Bunting's stronghold, like they went to where they know say PNP are going in the polling division there. And the people are fed up because Peter Bunting was in St. Anne helping some other people get water and Belfield not have water. Peter Bunting is out and stunting, and the people don't have water. That's why
them always say, fix up yard or learn to dance a yard
before you dance abroad.
You made an important point. What did Rhoda do different? What did Rhoda do?
All right. So, firstly, she mentioned that they have been doing their research. They've looked into the election spanning maybe 20 years behind and looked into where were more JLP votes coming from, where were more PNP votes coming from, what was being done in this area during that time. They did extensive research, her campaign team.
Kerry Washington.
And literally. And so in doing so, they acted on the information that they gathered. So they acted on the fact that Peter Bunting has been missing from his strongholds because he feels like, me just always gonna have them vote here. These are people who are diehard for me. So he was basically negligent of them and she capitalized on that. He was basically negligent of youth development and so on in the constituency. She capitalized on that. She mentioned that she rounded up her teams and she got as much investment as she could. Like I said to you, even her lecturer called and said, Rhoda, send me an account for me to send you some money to help you out, because she had a vision for the constituency and she went into where Peter Bunting was missing and showed that vision.
Hold on, beyond that, Rueyella, what did she do? She inspired community.
Yes, she did.
How old is Rhoda?
Young girl.
I think she's 20-something.
Young girl. Yeah. She no catch 30. And you know what I'm glad for now? Carola did even talk about it earlier on and I can figure element, you know. How much woman win their seat as a young girl now. Brother, what do you hear Delroy say a thing? You see me, Ramon call him out, man. Ramon conk him in a forehead, man, on Twitter, man. Conk!
Listen.
Ramon call him out, brother. You see, now, so much women, Ghana, God knows, sexual harassment go off and let go down in a Jamaica. You see, they all the boy, they were sex at night. Them think they go limit out now, man.
Those
Let
are
me
the
close my
things
computer
that-
for
Them
this
think they go limit
conversation.
out.
Empower the woman, empower the nation.
Porter J said it. Empower the woman, you empower the nation.
Self-defense,
no
self-defense,
longer
self-defense.
shall we be
Bro!
mistaken.
But don't miss
Boy
this.
face.
Said it and did it. That's the great.
Yes, because if you look, alright, Vibes Cartel, yes, he did come and him, but in Gaza Slim and in Gaza Kim, but a lot of the people who are now reaping success off him are men.
Yeah.
Protege, like, he took a stance. He said, listen, women are the voice of reggae just as much as men. Women
you know
are the
say-
voice of Jamaica just as much as men.
Me think-
And he's now using his expertise. He's using the experience
Network.
he gained, his network. Because Lila Ike write up a Christian where she come
Yeah,
from in
yeah.
a right up her road.
She used to
there,
go
so
NCU.
she used to go to NCU.
Alright.
Relatability.
She's just as much a daughter of the soil as Rhoda is, and she has even a more extensive reach than Rhoda does. But now we have, like you said, the political governance and not just the musical or the social governance by women. We now have women in positions where they can they might change the gear them. They might sing clutch.
Yeah.
They might change gear. It's not
Yeah.
just women singing about the issues that they're facing. It's not just women going on TV and talking about certain things. It's not women who are going to be directing policies. It's not women who are going to be speaking up for women in the highest court in the land at this point.
Yo, me love that. Me love say woman them a run out, brother. And
Yes.
why, hold on, why me even feel so elated, me use a big word, you see me? Cool, like, why me feel so glad? Because Protege understood. He understood exactly what was happening with the women in reggae music. You know who named Miss Lorna Bennett, boy? And no Protege mother alone, you know. A big singer, you know, my boy. And I no hear about she like how me hear about Auntie Rita, Auntie Marcia. You get me? I say, bro, and me see man understand, say, yo, mommy get fight. So guess what, no? Me see them a girl here, who no forward on my foot. I insist them all of them, you know. And then me have to big up Chronics to call Chronics empower Janine pan a level. You get me? I say, bro, you see women empowerment, bro. I believe in them thing there, brother. You see
And the
me?
thing is, it starts with a love and a respect for women, because a lot of our society, they don't love women and they don't respect
True,
women at all.
true,
And
true.
that's where we need to start, respecting the fact that this is a woman, she's a person. Let me approach her as such. She is a person. She not just one lady with there because she pretty and
You
a
like
lot. Alright.
disappointed a lit Ramon man.
The first thing, a lot of the time, if a lady should walk in, what she look nice in.
Yeah.
But if a man walks in, I wonder what a boy they doing look like he have money. Why is it that you can't look on the woman and say, I wonder what she look like she have money? Why is it that, oh, she nice in, she roundy, the blouse they fit her nice? Why
Physical
can't we
appearance.
exactly? Why can't we
Objectified.
respect her? Right.
Let me tell you.
Why can't we respect her outside of the fact that she can provide certain pleasures, she can provide certain companionship? Where we can look and say, oh, she want woman. I wonder what's going on in her mind. I wonder what she can contribute. And I feel like that is what, and this probably sounds like one fan video for Protege or something, but I feel like that's what Protege understands, that we have to respect women as people before we can go any further in trying to reap the wealth that they possess or that they can give.
I pinned Rueyella up while the guys were talking, and I told her that this conversation is making me very emotional. Because women around the world, not only in Jamaica, have been dealt a pretty sour hand. They are killed by men for not saying good afternoon, for not smiling at a compliment. They are touched when they're trying to pick up the children from school. They are trafficked. They are kidnapped. They are used, and they are abused. Men don't love women, you know. Men don't love women. Men love vagina,
Yeah.
and that is the problem.
Because the thing is, if
Hold on, my love. Because when you see
tell me about that.
when you see a woman as nothing more than a fleshlight, then we start to have a few problems.
Right.
Most men, I remember
More
I
than
had
a
a
few
friend
problems.
in my second year of university. We're no longer friends, and after telling this story, you'll understand why. A lady was running for president in the United States, and we were having a conversation about politics one day, and he was like, "Wouldn't want a woman that win because we're irritated." And I was like, "Oh, it's because our policy decisions or whatever we're irritated." And his only reason, his black and white reason for not wanting a woman to be president is because what? She's a woman. Men don't respect women. They want something from women, so they pretend to like women, but they do not respect
They not even
women.
like them enough.
Them not like them.
Pretend to like. Because if men had, and not just men, because there are women too who don't love and respect women either.
Oh gosh, man, talk
And they're
about it.
part of the problem too. Now, if people were to understand that...
Wait. I'm not cutting you. I'm not cutting you.
He's cutting us, guys. Look at me. Look at me. He might cut me.
No, I'm not cutting. Isn't me? But you just said something.
Alright.
Hold on here. Just said something. Isn't me? And you said also of the fact that women hate women. Isn't me? But then, I'll show you a prayer again, you know. Women hating women in general, because watch you know, you might be a lady from my community, because you come from Flankazine. You know, like nobody in your community as a woman, you know, watch her elevate themselves, you know. But you love Lisa Hannah, you love Spice. You get me? I say, you love Leela, you love Coffee. You see, but nobody will try build themselves round you. You know, love them as a woman. So you call them a class them on Instagram, this, you that, you call them out. You get me? I say,
But I think it comes back to, and not even comes back to, I think it's rooted in the fact that the love and the respect for women as people just isn't there. It's just not there, because you look and you say, she's a woman, why is she doing this? She's a woman, why isn't she doing this? She's a woman, like, why can't you say she's a person? And as a person, that's an immoral act. She's a person, and as a person, I don't agree with what she's doing. Why is it on the basis that she is a woman? Also, what is it? Why can't we just love and respect? All right, I'm walking down the road, and if a man said to me, "Hi baby, you look nice," I turn and I say, "Thank you." But if a man go say to me, say, "Boy, baby, something fat up in a shot," no, because you don't see me as nothing more than one fat sitting in a shorts. But a next man could very well just be telling me good morning because me look nice for real. If a man, I'm walking down the street and a man say Rasta, I'll turn and I look because what? Me's a Rasta. However, a man will go say, "Psst, what is that?" I don't, me no name so, me not identify as psst. That is not who I am. That's not of me. That's not my essence. How am I going to answer to that? If a man see me and say Empress, of course me will answer, because I do feel like I'm an Empress. But if you're going to look at me and say, "Boy, me that breed you," what? Am I just a mule to carry your child? A mule can't even reproduce, I think.
Yeah.
and then
So
Not for cut it, Oshea, but just for sure that it's a complete 360 though. It boils back to unity, to be honest. If we're united as a, alright, for example, black, white, Chinese, Caucasian, you name it. These are called races. But there's only one race, and it's the human race. Alright, so where gender is associated, you leave have like a Lila Ike. Remember one time with the town, I'm going to a session, and it was Lila Ike, them one, Janine and Jazzelise and them people there. And them say it's a female artist show. If a man alone up on the show, you would say a male artist show. So even in advocating for women, we're still have specs,
stuck.
because check it. What they must say about me must say, she's someone's daughter, she's someone's mother, she's someone.
She's someone full
You get what I
stop.
say?
Full
Like,
stop.
even in advocating, we're still not fully over as the appreciation of what we should have. For women, like it's
Yeah.
hard, because remember, you know, it's not about learning how to love a woman, it's unlearning how you have hated her for so long, you know.
Yes.
Even though your mother and your sister, you know. You get what I say? It's more of unlearning than learning, you know. Learning easy. If we can unlearn all that muck
Yes.
that has been given. The easiest thing for love a woman. You know, see how the man have a rapport with the mother when she forward earlier. How easy it was. You get where I'm forward from? Your mother. So every elder we see on the road, they might not have the best style them, but and my mother, I'm seeing them. If we can say
Yes.
every youth in Jamaica and say my brother.
Yeah.
Zine,
Yeah,
the country, if you can see yourself in everybody, if there's
that's
no
the thing,
uptown and no
don't-
downtown, no
right.
JLP and no PNP,
Yeah.
no flanker, no Tivoli, we
Yeah.
just see ourselves as one, like
Yeah,
we say,
that.
out of many one people.
Yes.
Why uptown and downtown stigma still exists?
Yeah.
By a man just can say,
So
I
bro,
get a youth.
no that me I show you my youth. And that's why JLP.
What you know, nothing wrong with saying as I get a youth, you know. But what we're supposed to see in people
We're not
is their
seeing
potential and
their
tenacity.
humanity.
And the role they play in community, because communities coming together and unity. You know,
Exactly.
but how Jamaica set, you feel like only uptown people alone can make a difference. And get a youth are the greatest thing, boy. And I can
Of
say that
course.
unapologetically. Because what you know, I'm gonna say greatest as favoritism, you know. They have been molded because your struggle is the greatest aspect of your life, you know.
Exactly.
I know if you live in a house and never go through
That
a struggle.
tenacity you speak of is built through the struggle.
So
it's
on
built
paper-
through the experiences they have.
On paper and actuality are two different things.
Yeah.
Reality and because government deal on paper, you know, when you talk about
And I was gonna
contracts,
touch
when you
onto
talk
that.
about money, when you talk about checks, keep the paper over there, so. But reality,
And bro, right?
Because-
Well, me did I say something when I talk, and I hear some about the fact, bro. Yeah, aye. And I hear somebody that talk about the fact pan the Jamaica Labour Party. You see me? Like right now, when I look on Jamaica on a whole, you see me? Like you have certain deep rural place and have certain things. You see me? But Jamaica kind of ghetto corporate now, you know. When I made it in, you see me? Even the ghetto man that was a ghetto man 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago now. Him understand life and him a try bring himself to corporate lifestyle, you see me? So even if you did like, yeah, whatever you do, you're a criminal element and you earn your money. Zine? But like now, you see, say, you can turn your money good, put it in a farming, put one car mat. You get me? I say, so now the world, as you say, what you know, we are trying to get a first world country status, which go kind of hard. But now the world kind of better. And as some you have to look on it, bro, because what you know, no, if people them already, as you say, what you know, them are people are really not care for we as much. You understand? I the care, you know, brother, because now people are understanding, you know, and you remember me I talk about the Delroy case with Ramon. You see me like, you see social media, bro, we not use it for the right medium, you know. You get me answer, bro, because right now, brother, I'm still upset about Jasmine Dean as you talk about Jasmine Dean and sexual harassment. Because we as UE student, NCU, CMU, like right now, brother, we should have chose some buckle touch on it because I want to feel with college mate that gone. But we not fight. So
And that could have been anyone away.
Yeah, everybody.
And that's what he's saying. Look and say, bro, that's you. We're all one. We were having a conversation prior to shooting, and you mentioned that a lot of inspiration is from nature, because the truth is we're all one. There is no you better than this, you better than that. A life, in a way. That's why we're living things. We're living, because when you learn about humans, you learn first that we're living things. So we're all part of the same category.
You know, to our credit, and I think this is a very good note to end on, we're evolving. We're learning. Because years ago, a conversation like this would be taboo. It would probably be seen as boring and unnecessary. But here we are, 4 very different young people connected by same vision, same goal, same hopes, and same dreams. And that alone speaks volumes.
Of course. And we have, like Oshea said, it's time for the media and the social media to be used to direct us to that change we want to see, to that community we're trying to build. And I feel like this is a good opportunity, like you said.
It's coming, and I can't wait to see it.
Yo, yes. I know we're gonna make it. It's not too late, no. We're gonna make it. Yo, brother, you don't understand the heights of me really see. You see me? The heights of me really see. Yeah, I'm Kemar, I can't start roll credit now still, you see me? But the heights of me really see in this. You see so much